Let's get into the predicted lineup. A lot of injuries to get through. Let's have a look at the injury graphic. Ivan Perisic is out injured. Manuel Solomon out injured. Ryan Sessegnon out injured. Mickey van der Ven injured. Maddison injured. Richarlison going through his surgery injured. Romero and Basuma suspended. And Papi Matar is a doubt for the game. Do you reckon that there's a chance for Sarr to make it?
Well, there's always a chance, but for me, if you're cutting it this fine, I don't see the point in just rushing him back. When we have adequate players, in my opinion, in Højbjerg or Bentancur or Lo Celso to step in. So as much as I like Sarr, and I think if he is 100% fit, there's no reason to drop him. If it's 2 days before the game, he's not training and you have to assess him and it's a race against time, I don't see the need to panic. We have midfielders there. So I think it's just give Sarr a rest if he's struggling.
All right, well, let's get into the predicted lineup. 4-3-3 as per usual. In goal, Vicario. And you know what? With that high line Spurs are going to be playing, with Moussa Diaby in their ranks, is he going to have to do one of those sweeping jobs again?
Yeah, probably. Like another centre-back like he was, but obviously we'll have more than 9 players this time. But yeah, he's definitely going to have an important role to play. If he can make some crucial saves in big moments, maybe that can go a long way to winning us the game, because I think you have to realise, like, those moments make such a difference. You get a big chance and you don't take it. Sometimes that chance doesn't come around again. And so I think Vicario is going to have a big part to play here.
Yeah, I kind of feel like against this defence, the chance will present itself again.
Yeah, probably.
But Vicario in goal, right back Pedro Porro, one of the standout players of the season. I've even heard some people calling him our player of the season so far.
Well, he has been very consistent ever since he came into the team against United on the second game. I don't think he's really put in a bad game ever since. Yeah, I can't think of one.
He hasn't.
So I think he's as well going to have a vital game. And if you're thinking about those passes over the top, which if Villa play that aggressive high line, I can't think of too many players in Porro to exploit that.
Yeah, very true. Now it gets a bit tricky talking about the centre-backs. We didn't mention as well in the injury graphic, Ashley Phillips is out for this game as well. And apparently he's going to be taking a considerable amount of time on the sidelines as well, which is...
about a month.
Which is not good because, we've got a lot of games this month coming up. But in terms of the right-hand side of the defence, we are going to go for Eric Dyer.
Yeah, I don't think Ange will see there being too much of a reason to drop him. I think he put in an okay display against Wolves, albeit still was pretty below par especially compared to what we've seen this season from our centre-backs. He's going to have a real job on dealing with either Watkins or Diaby, whoever really he's up against. But hopefully, if they're going to go direct to Watkins and him trying to win flick-ons, Dyer's going to have to be super aggressive and super strong to deal with that. But look, it's going to be a massive test, and he struggled against Wolves, and this is going to be even harder.
Yeah, I'm really not happy with seeing the likes of Eric Dyer in this back line. I mean, I think I might, if it was up to me, I might side with Emerson in that position instead of Dyer, with the physicality and the pace that he does have, which is better to combat the likes of an Ollie Watkins. Because, Emerson, aerial ability as well. So to combat the likes of Watkins and Moussa Diaby, I think Emerson might be better fit for this game.
It's a shout. Maybe he feels like Dyer gives him a bit more on the ball, and he's still a natural centre-back as well.
Well, we'll see what he actually picks. But we're going for Dyer for argument's sake. On the left-hand side, Ben Davis, who put in a good display at Wolves, but still nowhere near as good as the likes of Mickey van der Ven and Kuti.
Yeah, I think he did have a really good game against Wolves, but I don't think it's as simple as saying, well, if he plays like that again, because it was a different kettle of fish. He was up against Hwang Hee-chan, and he was up against Cunha. Two players who even a player like Davis, if he's aggressive against them, he could bully them. And I think he did a bit, and he was very aggressive, and he had a really great game. Watkins and Diaby is just a different kettle of fish, like just physically and how they play. So I think he's really going to have his work out for him. But let's hope he can take confidence from that Wolves game and hopefully take it into this Villa game and get through it. But I'm worried about him.
Yeah. And then to make up that back four on the left-hand side, Destiny Udogie, who's going to have a really important role inverting into that midfield, helping us control that midfield as well, which we were massively lacking at Molineux with Emerson there.
Yeah, 100%. And I think he's maybe in this game, it'll be interesting to see what Ange does with him, because I think if he can stay a bit wider, that could really benefit us, because I think Villa are quite a narrow team, and if he can provide a bit more width, that could be good. But then again, him inverting could help us outnumber Aston Villa in the middle, because they're going to also clog up those central areas, and we might need a bit of support there. So Destiny's role is going to be crucial, but I'm so glad to see him back in the 11 because we've really missed him.
Yeah, so let's run through the back line with you guys one more time. It's Vicario in goal, Porro right back, Destiny Udogie left back, Eric Dyer and Ben Davis in the centre of the park. Looking at the number 6, we are going to look to Rodrigo Bentancur on the back of his first start back from the ACL with Uruguay. We're backing him to start this game, seeing as we're lacking numbers as well. But even if Pape Sarr was fit, I think Bentancur would have played this game. Yeah,
and obviously he played in midweek for Uruguay against Bolivia, put in a brilliant display, and was playing in the number 6 position. Obviously Højbjerg, who we'll get into maybe, no spoilers, but maybe we'll get into later, but has usually filled in the number 6 position when Basuma's missed out or has come off the bench. But we're thinking Bentancur will play here just because he played there for Uruguay, and was asked about him in the press conference about where his best position is. He said he can play the number 6 or he can play the number 8, and he also said that maybe playing him number 6 right now is better for his while he's getting back to full fitness. It's better to play him in the number 6, and that's maybe why Bielsa played him there in midweek as well, and he can definitely play that role. So we feel Bentancur is probably going to play there, and I'm excited to see him for his first start. I think he's been looking good since he's come back. And if you see the individual highlights against Bolivia, he's looking really, really sharp. So I'm really excited to see him back in the 11.
Alongside him in the number 8, we're going to look at Pierre-Emile Højbjerg. To be honest, I think it could be either or, Bentancur in the 8 or Højbjerg in the 8, Højbjerg, Bentancur in the 6 as well. But what I'm liking the look of this team as opposed to the Wolves game, you've got Udogie, you've got Porro, you've got Bentancur, Højbjerg, all very accomplished on the ball as well. So that shouldn't be a problem for us like it was. I know because Basuma had just a terrible game at Wolves, and we just had no control over that midfield. But I think we can have control over the midfield in this game.
Yeah, it has strength as well. Højbjerg is going to have to be a lot better than he was against Wolves, that's for sure. He was so sloppy, giving the ball away way too much. But we know what Højbjerg can offer. He's a very solid midfielder. Hopefully in this number 8 position gives him a bit more license to get forward. And we saw last season that given that license, he can provide stuff. So we're going with Højbjerg in the number 8 position for this one.
And then to make up that midfield 3, we are going for Giovanni Lo Celso as the number 10, the most attacking midfielder. Massive chance for him. He has to grab it with both hands if he wants any sort of a future at this football club. He's going to go for a big run now, from now until January, probably see a lot of minutes. And he has to grab it.
100%. He's been it's been underwhelming how little we've seen of him this season. I think considering
on the back of that pre-season.
Yeah, as well. That's what I'm saying. Considering that pre-season we saw from him, we're like, okay, we didn't expect him to be starting every week, but we definitely expect him to be a bit more involved. But he started one game in the cup, lasted 45 minutes, had literally a couple of cameos apart from that. So now is a massive opportunity. He's come back from a good display from Argentina, where he started against Brazil and had a really good game and got on and assisted the winner. So let's hope he comes back in full confidence, ready to step in and fill in Maddison's shoes while he's injured, and really be able to grab this chance with both hands. Because if he doesn't do that at this stage, I don't know if he ever will.
Yeah, I hope it's not that kind of Eric Lamela syndrome. Remember, he used to smash it out every pre-season, then he would come, then we would start the season, we just never would cease to see him again. And that seems to be happening with Giovanni, but hopefully he'll start in this game and he can make a real impact, because he most definitely did that in a historic win for Argentina out in the Maracanã in Brazil during the week. So that's a midfield 3 of Bentancur, Højbjerg, Lo Celso. The front 3 is a bit more simple to talk about. On the right-hand side, Dejan Kulusevski.
Yeah, didn't have the best international break with Sweden, but hopefully
Azerbaijan.
Yeah, it wasn't great for him, but hopefully back into form against Villa. He's going to have Luka Dean probably to contend with, so hopefully he can get the better of that exchange. But I'm sure he'll back himself, and we need a good game from him.
Yeah, up front, obviously going to be the captain, the maestro, Heung-min Son. So hopefully he can get a couple of goals to his name this weekend.
Yeah, different kind of international break for him. He had a very good one. Scored 2 goals against China and 1 goal against Singapore.
He silenced the whole of China, didn't he?
He did. Unbelievable international break. So really excited to see him back in the number 9 position as well. And I'm sure he's the kind of player that, especially he'll be looking at Pau Torres and thinking, if I can get a run on him, I can get him behind.
Yeah. Maybe Clement Longley will play. That would be nice.
Oh, that'd be nice, yeah.
And then to finish off the starting 11, on the left-hand side, we're going to look at Brennan Johnson, who's had a very stop-start, to his Spurs career so far. He did get his first goal last time out against Wolves, which I felt he kind of diminished out the game in the second half. We need him to make more of an impact in this game, I believe.
Yeah, it's a bit of a weird one for Johnson because I wouldn't say it's been mixed. I would say it's been fairly positive, his start, in terms of when he's been on the pitch, how he's looked. Against Arsenal, pretty involved, looked good. Against Chelsea, for the first 20 minutes or half an hour, he was really good. It was actually one of our best players and then got taken off because of the red card. And then against Wolves, scored in the 3rd minute, was looking good and then kind of petered out. So I think he's been good. He's made a good start to his Spurs career, but unfortunately the game time's been a bit limited. But hopefully he'll see this as another opportunity to show what he can offer, and I'm excited to see him again.
Yeah, so let's run through that predicted lineup. This is the predicted lineup to take on Aston Villa at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. So in goal, Vicario, right back Pedro Porro, left back Destiny Udogie, Eric Dyer and Ben Davis to partner each other at the back with Rodrigo Bentancur, Pierre-Emile Højbjerg, Giovanni Lo Celso in the middle of the park, Dejan Kulusevski and Brennan Johnson supporting Heung-min Son. In terms of our score predictions, Sim is going for 2-2. I'm going to go for 3-2. I'm going to back the boys to get the 3 points this weekend. Me and Sim will both be in the stadium this weekend, with Barnaby from the old Spurred On taking the watch along this weekend with Ash Matic. So be there or be square. If you're at the game, come and say hi. We'll see you all very soon. Like, subscribe and comment. And as always, come on you Spurs.